Students, up till now we have discussed the principal quantum number and we've discussed the azimuthal quantum number, where we got the information about the shell and the subshell. Now the third quantum number that we are going to discuss is the magnetic quantum number. It is represented as small m with the subscript small l, and magnetic quantum number determines the number of orbitals that are present and the orientation of the orbitals. So what information is obtained from magnetic quantum number? It tells us about the number of orbitals that are present in a subshell and the orientation of the orbitals. Again, let me remind you, a shell is composed of, please keep this in mind always, a shell is composed of subshells, a subshell is composed of orbitals, and in the orbitals the electrons are present. Each orbital, there could be many orbitals in an atom, and each orbital would have 2 electrons. That is, one orbital can occupy a maximum of 2 electrons, and these 2 electrons will have opposite orientation or opposite spins. So the magnetic quantum number tells us about the number of orbitals and also about the orientation of the orbitals. For a given value of L, how do we find out the values of M? M is equal to minus L to plus L or plus L to minus L, including the 0. So minus L to plus L. Suppose L is equal to 1. The value of M would be minus 1, 0, plus 1. All 0 included. Minus 1, 0, plus 1. Or plus 1, 0, minus 1. Then here I am telling you all the possible values of M for a given value of L. Now for a given value of L, how many total values of M or how many total number of orbitals would be present is given by this formula, that is 2L plus 1. Okay, so please remember, both are very important. How to find out the number of orbitals, that is minus L to plus L, the values of all the possible values of M, and then the total number of orbitals to be found out by this formula, that is 2L plus 1. Now please let's follow this table to make it even more clear to you. These are the subshells. I am writing S, P, D, F, and you know, according to the subshell notation, I had given you the value of L. For S is 0, for P is 1, for D is 2, and for F is 3. Similarly, if the subshell is L, the value of L is if the subshell is S, the value of L is 0, P 1, D 2, and F 3. Now I said that M could have values from minus L to plus L. For L equals to 0, there would be just one value, that would be 0. For L equals to 1, it could have values from minus L to plus L would be plus 1, 0, minus 1. That is, there are 3 values of M, 1, 2 and 3. There are 3 orbitals present, 1, 2 and 3. Then if L is equal to 2, the values of M would be plus 2, plus 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2. How many orbitals present? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total number of orbitals present would be 5 if L is equal to 2 and present in the D subshell. F, L is equal to 3. Number of orbitals would be plus 3 to minus 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the total number of orbitals, 2L plus 1, I told you it is represented by this formula 2L plus 1, and number of orbitals you could have counted over here also, 1, 3, 5, 7. So how do we apply 2L plus 1? Here L was 0, 2 into L would be 0 plus 1, therefore 1 orbital. Here you can see L is equal to 1, so 2 into 1, 2 plus 1, 3. Therefore total number of orbitals 3. Here L is equal to 2, 2 into 2, 4 plus 1, 5 orbitals. Here 3, 2 into 3, 6 plus 1, that is 7 orbitals. So for these values of L, the total number of orbitals are 1, 3, 5 and 7, and their representation here, I told you, it is in the S subshell, so it is S. The 3 orbitals in the P subshell are oriented in 3 different directions, which is given as in 3 different coordinates, so along 3 different axes. It is given as, the 3 orbitals representation is given as Px, Py and Pz. For D, it is given as dx square, y square, xz, z square, yz and xy. And there is an exception I will be talking about in my for next sessions, when I will be talking about the shape of the orbitals. And then 7, I told you it's complicated, so you just need not learn, but you just need to know these 3. Again, this table is going to simplify you. If the values of L are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, we know the subshell notation is for 0 S, 1 for P, P for 1, D for 2, F and G. Number of orbitals we have just worked out over here. How many orbitals would be present? I had just shown you over here 1, 3, 5, 7. So it would be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. If you forget, then the formula is 2L plus 1. You can just find it out from this formula. And students, now the part which I have been talking about, that one orbital can occupy a maximum of 2 electrons. So the maximum number of electrons present in these orbitals would be, if one orbital can occupy 2 electrons, here you see one orbital, so maximum number of electrons would be 2. Here there are 3 orbitals, it would be 3 into 2, 6. Here 5, 5 into 2, 10. Here 7 orbitals, 7 into 2, 14. Here 9 orbitals, 9 into 2, 18. So the maximum number of electrons in different orbitals of in the p subshell. P subshell has 3 orbitals, px, py and pz. Maximum number of electrons in the 3 orbitals of the p subshell would be 6. D has 5 orbitals. So maximum number of electrons in the d subshell would be 10. F has 7 orbitals. Maximum number of electrons would be 14. Also, a very important effect was explained by the magnetic quantum number. When the magnetic quantum number was explained, it explained the splitting of the light in the magnetic field, which is known as the Zeeman effect. It could explain the Zeeman effect. Alright, splitting of the spectral lines. Light I had written. Splitting of the lines in the presence of the magnetic field. Zeeman effect was explained with the help of the magnetic quantum number. Now students, I come to the last quantum number, that is the electron spin quantum number. It is represented by a small letter m with a subscript s or just small letter s. Electron spin quantum number is the simplest of all. It just describes the orientation of the spin of the electron, that is whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise. For a given value of m, that is for one orbital, for a given value of m, only 2 values of s are possible. That is, for a given value of m, only 2 values of spin quantum numbers are possible. That is plus half or minus half, represented by down and up arrows like this. And this is basically a representation of one orbital. Suppose this is an s orbital, one s orbital. It can occupy a maximum of 2 electrons. I told you an orbital can occupy a maximum of 2 electrons, and the 2 electrons will be in opposite orientation. They will have opposite spins, that is anti-parallel to each other. One would have a clockwise, the other one would have an anti-clockwise spin. Then the spin quantum number also explains the magnetic properties of the atoms or the ions. Spin quantum number is a vector quantity. It has only 2 orientations, that is plus or minus half, plus half or minus half, clockwise or anti-clockwise. It has 2 orientations. I told you it explains the magnetic behavior of atoms or ions. Magnetic behavior by means atoms or ions can exhibit 2 types of behaviors, that is paramagnetic and diamagnetic. Paramagnetic behavior is exhibited by those substances or atoms or ions that have unpaired electron. An unpaired electron means, here I showed you an orbital has 2 electrons, and that is a maximum of 2 electrons can be present, but an orbital can be singly occupied also like this. Alright, so if it is singly occupied, it has an unpaired electron. Because of this unpaired electron, it would have a net magnetic moment and it would exhibit paramagnetic behavior. It would exhibit it would be diamagnetic if all the orbitals are completely filled. Suppose there are 3 orbitals in the p subshell, all are completely filled, means it has 6 electrons. Alright, if it has 6 electrons completely filled, there is no unpaired electron, then the net magnetic moment is 0 and the substance is said to be diamagnetic. Now students, in the next video I would be discussing the questions on the quantum numbers. It is a very, very, very important concept. You will be certainly asked questions on this. Please go through the video very carefully, and in case of any doubt, send me the query and wait for the next video till we solve the questions and make the concept even more clear.